My name is Olga Guerra and I am a scanographer. A scanographer is a artist who takes pictures with their flatbed scanner. I began as a photographer back in high school. I did, that was my main medium up to 2010. In 2010, I put the camera down, I looked around, I looked at my scanner, and then I started looking at it in a different manner. It's like, what can you do with that besides scanning flat images? And I started looking around, started getting objects and people to scan. And I was like, wow, this is really interesting. In 2010, it was a very new medium to me. You know, a lot of people, I didn't know the name of it. I didn't know it was called scanography. I did a little research because, you know, I started scanning. I'm like, you know, this has to be some kind of art form. In the beginning, just random objects, you know, no storyline whatsoever. And evolving later on with storylines, just giving the objects a little bit more of a meaning, such as a lot of the artwork I do is memories of Cuba, being there, leaving, coming here, coming to a different country, assimilating. So I try to put a lot of those. I gather the objects first, and then I create a storyline, and then I scan them. And then hopefully, you know, the end of the result is that you understand what I've shown to you. The baby dolls came in probably about a year ago or so. The thing is, I've asked people if I could borrow their babies and scan them, but unfortunately, they won't allow me to do that. So I had to kind of get a substitute. So I started getting reborns, which are unfinished dolls that look real. So that's how I started getting into that. And, you know, manipulating them on the scanner, because most of the time people think I put a real child on the scanner. They're like, oh, how did you get that child in there to not move? No, it's a plastic doll, you know, that looks real. So that's how I got into the, you know, the baby parts, the babies and the mannequins, which is it's always a fun time. I'd like to actually use, you know, real subjects on there, but it's hard to get the parent to lend me their child. I would like to do, I'm doing a selfie with a scanner instead of just a camera. It's just a different feel with the scanner than a camera. Actually, it's entitled The Selfie in the Postmodern World of the Self-Portrait. So far, that's what I'm going with. I'm not sure if I'm gonna change that around a little bit. So far, I've only had really one willing subject, so I'm hoping at least I get 9-10 more so I could have a nice series. It's kind of hard to get people to volunteer, especially their you know, their person, their body. But hopefully I'll get there. It'll be about a year project to do. The fascinating thing about scanography is most of these scanners are 8.5 by 11. It's a very small live matter, and you have to be very creative and you have to just think outside the box because you have such a small area to work with, and you have to manipulate objects on the scanner almost like they're bigger than life that you're presenting on the scanner. But I love scanography because you could do so many just experimental stuff with liquids, light, movement. I tried experimenting with sound. You can scan sound, but I gotta research that a little bit more.